I'd like to talk about stroke development. There's a common technique in the drumming community known as the Moeller system. And while I am not going to profess to be an expert at the Moeller system, I'm going to try to explain a few of the main strokes. The first stroke is known as a downstroke. And that is constructed using a sort of an upwards and downwards motion with a hand. Now, if you look at what my hand is doing, it's making an arc shape and the wrist comes down. So we come up, the stick still stays over the playing surface, but my hand is in sort of or the stick and my arm is in a V shape there. Come up and down. So I'll play a few of those in succession for you. A good way to learn this is to imagine that you have a skipping rope and you're trying to make it go across the ground. And that's basically the motion that the arm and the stick are making. So we're going to come up and down. That's with the right hand. With the left hand, we're doing exactly the same thing. I'll go through the points of motion for you. So we start there. That's where we're starting. And we're going to lift up, bring the hand down. So again, a similar whipping motion. And that's the downstroke. The next stroke is called the tap stroke. Very, very simple. Just holding the stick, as I've already explained, you're just making a little wrist movement. So there, tap. With both hands. I will make reference at this point to a previous chapter about the grip. Okay, I'm playing on the pad so that I can talk and play at the same time. At this point, the grip, it's very, very important to make note of the grip, and it's very, very important to make note of the grip while I'm showing you this stroke development. The grip isn't changing. I'm not changing the way in which I showed you how to hold the sticks at any point. So let's just get a succession of down strokes first. So we've got down, 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 down. Now with the left hand, down, 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 down. Okay. Talked about a tap stroke. Let's get a succession of tap strokes. Tap, 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 tap. With the left hand, tap, 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 tap. Now, logic dictates that when we do a downstroke, we must therefore do an upstroke, because we all know that you have to go up to come down. So the next stroke I'm going to show you is an upstroke. This would be where your stick is, and at the conclusion, should I say, of the downstroke. So your stick's here. The upstroke does that. At that point. Okay. Same with the left hand. This is the conclusion of the downstroke. That's the upstroke. Okay, so if we now put the down and the upstroke together, we get this. Down, up, 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 down, up. Now, what I want to make everyone aware of here at this point is that the motion gets smaller and we get this sort of pumping action as we increase in speed. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Another very important point here is that the downstroke has a release from the top of the pad before it goes into the upstroke. So let's just look at that in slow motion. Down, and there's the slight release. what we've done there is the hand has accepted the rebound that the pad or the playing surface has given us. So let's just look at that again. Natural rebound. There's your rebound from the pad. Okay. The upstroke will then come when the fingers lightly pull the stick in. So we're going to get down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Let's have a look at how that works with the left hand just for a second. Okay, so the same principle again. When we've played the downstroke, we're going to allow, at the conclusion of the downstroke, the hand and the stick to accept the natural rebound of the playing surface, be it the pad or the drum. So we get this, down, up, down. You see, there's the natural rebound, and my hand has accepted it. It's taken charge at that point, if you like. So we're down, up, down, up, down, up. Just stopped it there, so you can see where the stick finishes at the end of the down stroke. Up. Okay, so that's the combination of down and up strokes together. Let's just see how they work on the snare drum for a second. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play a bar of eighth notes with my right hand and a bar of eighth notes with my left hand. Eighth notes will be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, if you want to count them. So here we go. Etc, etc. Okay, so the next stroke we're going to add in there is a tap stroke, and as I've previously explained, a tap stroke is quite simply this. All it is just a slight wrist movement up and down, a tap stroke. Okay, at that point. So what we do is we add that in between the down and the upstroke. So the combination will become down, tap, up. Okay, so we get this. Down, tap, up. Down, tap, up. Down, tap, up. Down, tap, up. At this point, we also now need to acknowledge a second rebound stroke, if you like, or a second free stroke. So what actually happens is we get the down stroke, down, there's the rebound point, tap, there's the rebound point, up. Okay, let me just show you that again. Down, there's the stick at the rebound point, tap, same position that the stick finishes in, up. Let's just put that combination together. Down, tap, up. 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 Okay, I'll show you that with the left hand. So, the tap stroke with the left hand, just to remind you, tap. Okay, so here we go. Down, tap, up. Down, tap, up. Down, tap, up. Down, tap, up. Just notice that at the conclusion of the down stroke, we get down, stick is released from the pad or the playing surface. Tap, stick is released again, comes away, up. Okay, so let's just do that in succession. Down, tap, up. Down, tap, up. Down, tap, up. Down, tap, up. the right hand. Okay, now one thing I'm going to make you aware of is that the response you get from a pad and the response you get from a snare drum head is very, very different. So what I've done is I've set the pad up here so that you can see how the stick will respond on a rubber surface. I'm also going to play it on the snare drum. Now, the important thing is that you have to exercise a little bit more control at this point. Your fingers have to do a little bit more work, and you have to make sure that the stick is controlled a lot more, basically, because the rebound that you get from a drum head is just slightly more minimal than it would be from a rubber pad. Okay, so let's just have a look at the down, tap, up combination on the snare drum. Here we go. So it's going to be down, tap, up. And remember that the downstroke has a release from it, or accepting the rebound, and so does the tap stroke. So here we go. As I get quicker, my elbow makes an inward and outward movement, which sort of helps propel the stick, okay, at that point. Let's have a look with the left hand. So again, the combination will be down, tap, up. Remember that we're going to get the release on the downstroke and the tap stroke. So here we go. Now, my elbow did the same thing, inward, outward, as I was moving, okay? Very, very important just to watch that then. Okay, so that's the combination of down, tap, up. This is really, really important, I think, for the development of single strokes. Now, just to make you aware, single strokes are quite literally right hand to left hand. So right, left, right, left, right, left, okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to demonstrate on the pad the down, tap, up again with my right hand. So it will be this. Down, tap, up, 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 down, tap, up. Now that motion's very, very important, because what we're going to do is we're going to add the left hand in. So we get this. Down, tap, up, down, tap, up, down, tap, up, down, tap, up. If I play the left hand on the knee, you can still see the motion. So together. Down, tap, up, down, tap, up, down, tap, up, down, tap, up. Down, tap, up, down, tap, up. Really, really important in the development of single strokes. I'll just play it on the snare drum for you. Okay, so you can see just by adding the tap strokes in with the left hand, you've got a nice way of developing your single stroke movement. Okay, another hand exercise is down, tap, tap, up. So by now you should be getting to understand how the notes from the downstroke to the upstroke work. So this extra tap stroke that we're going to add in will have a release on it also. So it will be this. Down, tap, tap, up. Down, tap, tap, up. Down, tap, tap, up. Down, tap, tap, up. Notice the release there, down, tap, tap, up, down, tap, tap, up. Okay, with the left hand, same thing. Just adding the tap stroke in, just making sure that that tap stroke has a release on it. Down, tap, tap, up. Okay, so we're going to do exactly the same thing again. We're just going to add the left hand tap notes in, or the right hand tap notes in if you're a left hand lead person. We're going to add the right hand tap notes in, okay, and to give us another single stroke development exercise. So we get down, tap, tap, up, okay? Play the left hand on my knee. Down, tap, tap, up. Down, tap, tap, up. Okay, on the snare drum, let's just try it. Down, tap, tap, up, and I'm going to add in the left hand. Okay, good for developing single strokes. Okay, so finally let's have a look at the full stroke. And the full stroke is quite simply as it suggests. Okay? You're playing through the full plane of motion. Okay, so we start there, down with the stick, full plane of motion, full stroke. Okay? Bringing the stick back up to the top, full stroke with the left hand. So a succession of full strokes will be okay, on the snare drum. Succession of full strokes, right to left hand. Okay, so it's full strokes. Now, full strokes are really, really useful when it comes to playing accent patterns. And just to clarify, an accent is a louder note within a series of other notes. So, a group of 16th notes, 4 16th notes, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, there's your full stroke on the accent. Full tap, tap, tap. You could also play that as down tap, up tap. So down tap, up tap, down tap, up tap, down tap, up tap, down tap, up tap. Okay. Using the full stroke. There we have stroke development.